Hey, welcome to another edition of On the One and Done. This is a new show that celebrates the greatest funk songs ever created. Please be sure to like, comment, and share the show and set your alert notifications so as to never miss a video. Thank you very much for your interest and support. I'm your tour guide for this affair, Scott Dr. Jigs Goldfine, lifelong funkateer, DJ, music journalist, author of Everything is on the One, the first guide of funk, and also the producer of the Truth and Rhythm and Where'd You Get Your Funk From shows. In this episode, we're going to be jamming Sly and the Family Stone's 1969 masterpiece, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. We will check out a live version so as to avoid YouTube's copyright algorithm that might otherwise preempt this video. Support the artists and musicians featured in this episode and all Funky Stuff channel programming by purchasing their recordings. You can use a link in the description to do so. Also, if they're still performing, get out and see those shows. The mission with On the One and Done is to review, analyze, and especially appreciate this amazing music. And in doing so, educate, evaluate, lend insights, and stimulate comment on the songs and artists. The groundbreaking Thank You came out as the 1960s were coming to a close and topped both the soul and pop singles charts in early 1970. This hypnotic, propulsive, and sonically future-forward song rewrote the book on funk-based plucking and the genre in general. Adding to its uniqueness is the fact that it only came out as a single rather than an album, pressed on the B-side of another hit, Everybody is a Star. When I became fully aware of it years later in junior high, I could not believe it was several years old, and even now it still sounds so fresh. 2 decades later, the killer groove served as a bassist for Janet Jackson's hit Rhythm Nation. Even the song's title is funky. It was a lightning bolt of a track that forever cemented Sly's legacy as a funk progenitor, and also Larry Graham's status as one of the all-time great bass innovators. Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again comes in at number 4 on the all-time 25 funk greatest jams in Everything's on the One, the first guide of funk. So with that, let's do it on the One and Done to Sly and the Family Stones. Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. You know, when I was just an impressionable tyke, I don't know, I was probably 10 or 11, got to see Sly, went with my mom actually to a TV show recording that also included Al Green and other folks in Hollywood, California. And Sly did a couple of tracks. He was wearing that black, body suit that he wore a lot with the Sly and the rhinestones on it and all that. And man, it blew my mind, of course. When he left the stage, he went out through the audience and he ran through and he was all sweaty and he actually brushed up against me. So I got some Sly sweat, some Sly stank on me at a young age, and it never wore off, man. I still got that stank on me and I love him to death. So fantastic. Let's get back to it. Even got a fiddle in there. Man, I got to share Larry Graham. I saw in concert with the reconstituted Graham Central Station in the 90s at the House of Blues in Hollywood, California. Got to go backstage, brought some albums with me that are signed in here, and he was so cool. And I said, hey, did you know that Prince is doing covers of your songs? Of course, Prince was also doing covers of Sly tracks then too, but he was doing I Believe in You and Hair and things like that. And Graham said, I've heard that, but they had never met at that point. And so I like to think that I helped, encourage that meeting, because he seemed very interested from what I had told him. And it was maybe a year later when Larry Graham and Prince became inseparable, and Graham ended up being such a huge mentor in Prince's later career. So let's get back to it. Oh, yeah, what a groove, man. Break it on down now. Speaking of breaking it down, I got to tell you, don't miss the interviews on Truth and Rhythm with lots of Sly folks. Greg Errico, the drummer, Jerry Martini, the sax player, Rusty Allen, who later played bass with them, Don Silva and Lynn Mabry, who did background vocals on Sly in the mid-'70s. All of them have interviews on Truth and Rhythm. So get deep into Sly and the Family Stone, that whole legacy, by checking those out. Let's get back to it. Tight rhythm guitar. Oh man, Lord have mercy. Whew. Thank you for the incredible funk, and for letting me be myself and feel the funk and have the funk course through me and have the funk just lift my life and my spirit and my soul. Thank you. It's so good to still have Sly Stone here with us. It's supposed to be an eminent documentary done by Questlove of Sly. Can't wait to check that out. And of course, in later years, he worked with Jesse Johnson. He continued to work with George Clinton. So, maybe Sly will still bless us with something yet. But, man, thank you for Sly Stone, one of the originators. Such a master. With that, all the gratitude, all the thank yous for letting us be ourselves. That wraps up another edition of On the One and Done. Special thanks to PTFI for providing the groovy theme music. Support the artists and musicians featured on this episode and all Funk Stuff channel programming by purchasing their recordings. There's a link in the description to get that funk. Also, attend their performances if they're still out there doing it. And, before we part, where does this song rank on your all-time funk or Sly and the Family Stone lists? Where were you when you first heard this jam? Who do you feel influenced this song, and who were influenced by it? That second part, so many were influenced by it. Could anything have been done differently to make this song better? Maybe a longer version. Later on, an actual extended version did come out, which was so cool to hear. Chime in and build up this community and keep the funk alive. It's up to you. Also, drop in the comments other songs you'd like to hear on the one and done, and we'll get to them, baby. We'll get to them. You know, this is your show, so put it all down in the comments. With that, until next time, this is Scott Dr. Jigs Goldfine saying, keep on vibrating to the rhythm of the one.